Good morning. Namaste. Lovely to share this space with you. I hope you're doing well, feeling cheerful. We've discussed before that it's useful in the practice of meditation to practice for the sake of something, having that special intention why we take up this work. So I figured it'd be helpful, useful to create an intention for us as practitioners. Here, the intention is to cultivate what's called santosham, or contentment. Contentment is expressed and felt as if I lack nothing. God has given me everything that I need. I can be okay today. That kind of feeling, which is bubbling up as happiness. So I want to explore that a little bit and then also practice in the style of what's known as Vipashyana, which means to relax all effort and simply enjoy learning how to watch. So here, the meditation that we'll be engaged in is a little different than our upasana, where we're concentrating or taking up a specific theme or image. We're even focusing so much on control of the breath. Here, we're going to be instead spending a lot of time in quietude and enjoying the peace of that collectively. So before we get into it, I'll invite you to join me in a prayer in the form of these beautiful mantra and verses where we create that collective energy. So you may just close your eyes, getting comfortable in your seat. And I'll start by chanting Om 3 times and invite you to join me. Om. 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu. Sahanau Bhunaktu. Sahaviryan Karavavahai. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. Ma Vitvishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Ekadantaya Vidamahi, Vakrutundaya Dhimahi, Tanno Danti Prachodayata. Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Satchidanandarupaya Vishwatpatyatihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha. Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha. I take refuge at the lotus feet of Shri Krishna, whose very nature is Sata Chitta Anandam, the very existence of all, the light of lights, whose nature is pure joy, and the one who removes tapatrayam, all sources of suffering, my own inner confusion and agitations, the disturbances and distractions I may find in the world around me, and the unknown causes of suffering, where I'm not able to see the causal connection. I'm not able to understand why. Sri Krishna removes that. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace be, peace be, peace be. Hari Om. Hmm. So, as reflecting on this principle of contentment or santosham, one thing I was recognizing is that a lot of our suffering is due to our relationship with something that's inevitable in human life, and that is that we have to work. There's really no choice in it. And even if we don't have a workplace in society, we still have to work to maintain our body, just to maintain our own health. So work is in and throughout life, whether as a uh, whether as a normal person, karma yogi, or sannyasi. Work is in and throughout. So a lot of suffering and that feeling of lack, because we're looking at contentment, the freedom from lack. A lot of it comes from that feeling that I want to get rid of, or I don't feel comfortable with my work. So I was saying that there's three defining factors in that. One problem is that sometimes the work we're doing isn't in harmony with our swadharma, meaning our basic character. Our line of work is a little out of our character. And that to just take some time for trial and error. What is my unique gifts and talents? How is it that I can contribute and give something back? There you have to get trained in something and then learn how to share it. And you can keep developing that all throughout your life to the last breath. So that's one reason why we may be experiencing that lack, that kind of feeling that I haven't found the right um, area where I can truly contribute. Another relationship that's a bit unhealthy that we tend to have as human beings is that we compare ourselves. Not good. We're looking at what the other's doing, what their work is, and then we try to be like them. But you're a unique person, and you have to tap into that and express in your own way. So comparing ourselves with others is another kind of trap, another kind of feeling that where we start to lose our own innate luminosity or compare and then feel lack. But these two are actually rooted in something much deeper, which we'll be focusing in this meditation, is that whether I'm discovering my swadharma, my calling, and what I'm doing, or whether I'm comparing myself, both are deeply rooted in that I wish to be happy. So I do all my work with the expectation of the outcome that I'll get happiness out of that. So I'd like to pause and reflect on that. Pause and reflect on where is that happiness that I truly seek throughout all my work or all the projects that I undertake. And our tradition says that is your very nature. How do you discover that? Is through reflection. So this style of Vipashyana is all about reflection. To put it really clearly, reflection is just the capacity that you're endowed with to be able to recognize the difference between the contents of our experience and the eternal experiencer, or that very presence by which you know anything. That presence happens to be the light that shines through all eyes, the light that's working through all hands, God. So we see God as joy, happiness. And this meditation is about coming to that homecoming, coming back home to our being. So at this time, I'll invite you just to do any kind of warm up exercise that you may need just to get comfortable in your seat. You may need to just take in a few breaths and roll the shoulders up and back, or do a few of those neck warm up exercises that we practiced before, and then finding that kind of settled base. So for the next 45 minutes, we'll come into that seat where we're just steady and comfortable. relaxed in this body. If you're on the chair too, you'll want to make sure that both feet are on the floor, on the mat, you're cross-legged, and you want the hands comfortably resting on the knees or lap. Now, just a bit of heads up, there may be some time in this meditation, this kind of meditation, where there'll be periods of silence. So don't be alarmed by that. I'm still with you. We're still practicing together, but that silence is intentional, just to give you that space and enjoy the privilege of doing nothing. Sometimes that's what meditation is called. Is it possible to do nothing? Let's see. So once you come into that seat, one very special adjustment that you can make is see if you can let the eyes sort of be drawn down to the tip of the nose or almost a little past the tip of the nose, and then ever so gently the eyelids close. You may even try that a few times, opening your eyes, blinking a few times, and then letting the eyes soften as you gaze towards the tip of the nose, and then you let them grace each other, gently resting closed. And as the eyes rest in that closed space, for focus purposes, you can keep them resting between the eyebrows, Pramadya. So you feel that soft lift from the crown, a relaxed spine which is upright, not efforting forward or slumping back. But the head, neck, and chest are resting under your center, following the natural curve of the spine. The hands are also soft, resting on the knees or lap. And as meditators, we also invoke a soft smile, letting the quality of sattva, or sweetness, infuse our practice. And as we get established in this particular posture, our asana, in our hearts, we remind ourselves, for the sake of why we're practicing, to cultivate contentment, to feel cheerful in oneself, by oneself. Which sometimes, when we focus on self, from the outset, it appears to be a selfish request. But here we're talking about a universal presence. Here we're talking about your capacity to invoke and express joy in all interactions. So, this is a creative and sharing mode of being, not a selfish mode of being. So, take a moment to really center yourself around this commitment or sake of practicing. eyes resting gently closed, body upright, relaxed and still, and feeling the purposefulness of the practice. As we cultivate this commitment, we also take a moment to acknowledge whatever is bothering us, or perhaps anything that keeps coming up in the mind. We acknowledge it or bring it into the light of our awareness without trying to fix it or also try to avoid it, but simply give it a chance to rest, to be seen. So you may have the experience of a old memory that's surfacing, or perhaps the inability to reconcile a difficult decision to come, maybe a friend or a family member you're having difficulty with. Give yourself the permission just to allow that to be. Trust that there's an order involved. There's a reason for their behavior or for this particular pain that you may be experiencing. Trust that it's in the hands of the supreme order, also known as Ishvara, and give that person or this particular situation the freedom to be. Allow or grant that freedom to them. Take a moment to do that in your own way and in your own language. This is the first step to that state of contentment. We allow others to be free. granting ourself freedom. That helps free the mind up to be able to watch softly. Begin to shift your attention to noticing the relationship between your sense of hearing and the sounds that you hear in your space. Try to deeply observe and listen to the different sounds in your environment. It could be the sounds of the passing traffic, the sounds of the nature around you, the sounds in the home, whether it be family members or pets, or even the sound of your own natural breath. Whatever sound catches your attention, follow that, deeply listening. Listen and follow that sound as far as you can. You're rooted in your seat, but your ears are extending out into the space, exploring the relationship of direction. Sometimes in the practice of meditation, you'll find some drowsiness or the mind moving back into imagination born of memory. Softly noticing that, you bring your attention back to listening, exploring the sound of your space, the sound of your body, and being content with what is. Just as we explore the relationship between our sense of hearing and the space around, begin to draw your attention in to noticing your space in relationship to your body. Begin to attend to or notice the whole body from head to toe, the sense of touch pervading the whole body, the soft light you may feel emanating from the top of the head all the way down to your base and the feeling of support below. Begin to notice your body. As you notice your body, again, there's a kind of looking without judgment or assessment. Vipashyana. It's called special seeing because you're actually looking with compassion, feeling comfortable with the body that you've been given. In whatever state or transformation it's going through. You simply observe. The magic of this observation is that as you observe in that compassionate way, you actually invoke the best health of the body. The body is shining in you, illumined by you. In your experience, never away from you, but you are so much more. The one who knows, the one who observes the body. Take a moment to let that deeply sink in. My body is never away from me, but I see the body. I am something more. Let that presence or that light of awareness shower the body. This is called reflection, vichara, where we start to develop a healthy relationship with the body, where we see that there's some space between me, who I truly am, or my essential nature, and something that I have, what's incidental, what comes and goes. But that doesn't define me. So our posture is upright and tall, our bodies becoming relaxed in this form of discipline. But we're clearly seeing that we're so much more. We have a deeper identity. And a great aid to discovering that deeper identity is becoming aware of the very life supporting our breath, our body and mind. That is the prana, the life. To get in touch with that, we watch or notice its expression as the breath. Shift your attention to the natural rhythm of your breath. Here it's different than the practice of pranayama, where we're not controlling the breath or holding the breath, but you simply observe. You may experience the breath as that cool touch at the base of the nostrils, the warmth as you breathe out. You may experience it as the rise and fall of the abdominal wall, or some kind of movement, any sensation. That's perfectly okay. Explore and notice this breath in your own way. This breath is spoken of as the expression of Ishvara, or God, in your life. the breath we also share with the creatures. Watch the breath as something sacred, as if it's the first time you've ever breathed. Again, you're not trying to accomplish anything or attain anything. This is helping you get established in your being. I watch the breath. Aham. I am. And within that I, shimmering in that I, is the breath. Your breath is in the field of awareness, which makes you the knower of the field. Something so much more. As we observe this subtle object of breath, you may begin to explore the flow of thought, how we experience the mind, our thoughts, and the corresponding emotions and sensations connected with them. So your body is upright, your eyes are gently closed, and you can allow your attention to be placed between the eyebrows, observing thought. Here we're not following the thought, getting lost in the stream, but rather observing, standing apart and noticing the rise and fall of thought. So just simply remain as that observer. Whatever arises, you allow that. you also allow it to go. You see the space between. Thoughts and their corresponding emotions and feelings, which are deeply rooted in our memory, springing from our memory. They seem like a continuous narrative or story, but the meditator starts to experience them more like a flip book. As you watch, you can see each individual page, which makes up the movement of the character. Each moment strung together with spaces in between. There's you, that presence, and what you perceive, the rise and fall of thought. All thoughts are anchored, organized around a centering principle, one thought. That is the I thought. I binds all the other experiences. Even this you know. Even this you can observe. Feel as if your attention is being released from the content of your experience and sinking back into your being. That being is you, Atma Jyoti, the light of the self. You cannot hear it, you cannot touch it, you cannot see it, but no hearing is possible without you. No feeling is possible without you. No seeing is possible without you. Rest in that being. Your nature is contentment. You are complete. And you rest as that natural, joyful state. Simply listen to the mantra, affirming that. Shivoham, 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 Shivoham. Your nature's supreme goodness. Shivoham. In reality, good and bad are just a shadow play. Right and wrong, truth and untruth, word and its reference. All these various dichotomies. You are untouched by it. Asangaha. You lend your existence to it. Sata. You illumine it. Chitta. And you pervade all. Anandam. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham. Feel that love which manifests in the heart, which arises within upon this great discovery, this discovery that I am ever complete. Therefore, I lack nothing. When I express myself in relationships, at work, or in the home, I feel that I'm expressing the dance of Shiva. I manifest joy in all my relationships, sometime remaining silent, sometime asserting myself, sometime yielding, sometime engaging in dialogue, sometime laughing, sometimes crying, sometimes just abiding in the state of wonder. All these are manifestation of the Shiva. You lack nothing. We'll draw our attention back to that heart space, allowing the hands to meet there. Keeping the eyes closed, we'll offer this practice to the self within you, the self of all. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Hari Om. When you're ready, gently begin to open your eyes. Practice is complete.